This is how you create bestsellers. You take designs that look like this and turn them into designs that look like this. And doing this is not about your creative ability. It's about your ability to conduct proper research. I know that you are probably already doing your keyword research and niche research, but if you are already doing all of that and your listings are still not selling, then the piece that you might be missing to your puzzle is within your design research. If this feels like you, then be sure to watch this video in its entirety, as I will be sharing my top tips for how to conduct proper design research, as well as design tricks that have helped me earn bestseller badges time and time again. If you are new to my channel, my name is Taylor, and on my channel, I focus on all things print on demand and passive income. If those are two things that interest you and you haven't done so already, be sure to boop the subscribe button down below. I have many videos on my channel talking about research and the importance of conducting proper research prior to designing or creating any listing for your print-on-demand business. And I want to go a little bit deeper into the design research aspect of creating a listing. So what is design research? Well, for me, design research is looking at other best-selling designs that exist on multiple marketplaces, Etsy being one of them. However, I also love taking this design research to other marketplaces like Target or Walmart. And another place that I spend a lot of time doing this research is on Pinterest. As I'm doing this research, I'm really trying to focus on the things that stop my scroll. So what I mean by that is as I'm scrolling through whatever platform I'm researching on, if it is something that makes me pause and look at it for 5 seconds or more, that is something that has caught my eye for whatever reason. And I want to try to identify what those reasons might be. Is it the color scheme that stuck out to me? Is it the fonts? Is it how the design is laid out? As you go through this research process, you are going to start building the creative bank that lives in your mind. For most of us, when we first start print on demand and we start creating things and designing, our creative part of our brain might be a little empty. And this is something that might feel really discouraging to you in the beginning because you go to sit down to design and you just don't know where to begin. Or maybe you don't know when to stop. You're designing and you're just adding or staring at your design for far too long. But the great news is this creative space in your mind can be built upon. As you spend more time doing this design research over and over and over again, you will feel so much more confident in what you're creating and have ideas that you can bring to those designs because you've really built that creative space in your mind. I have this design here, and this is what a lot of my early designs looked like. They were very simple, just some text and a graphic of some sort, and I would rearrange them every which way, and a lot of them just never sold. And the reality is that there's nothing that grabs my attention with this design. And so with you, I want to spice it up. The first thing that I can do that I think would improve this design would be to make the letters or the text all capital. I find that in a lot of the designs that I have as bestsellers, I'm either with all capital letters or all lowercase letters. Another thing about this design is there's nothing that really evokes any type of emotional response from it. Most consumers make emotional purchases, meaning they're feeling something and that's what's making them decide to hit checkout and purchase that item. When I just see the design say Earth Day, that's not necessarily something that I think brings value or uniqueness to this design. And so I think it would be better to change the text on this design to some type of quote or phrase, maybe that is in connection to Earth Day. Instead, I'm going to have this say save our, and then I'm going to add text along the bottom that says planet. With the word planet, I want this to curve under, so I am going to reverse the direction. I'm going to move this up and then just reverse the direction here so that this can go underneath. Making progress, still don't love it, but it is improving. The next thing I want to do is change up the font. This university font has been a tried and true, love this font, and it is definitely common amongst a lot of bestsellers in tons of different niches. So I'm going to use this font. Let's change the bottom so that that is the same. And I want to space out these letters a little bit. I don't like the overlap. I want to make this feel a little bit more balanced. So I can do that right here in Kittle where there is the letter spacing. I'm going to just increase this a little bit until I'm happy with that. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom. I'm going to just make a note that this is at 84. Click the bottom and just type in 84. Browsing through the elements, I want to see if there is a different option for the earth. I don't love this earth. I feel like it's a little plain, a little basic. I think we could spice it up a little bit more. So I'm gonna see, I found this one that I thought was cute and a little bit more unique. I'm gonna put that in there for now, but I'm gonna continue scrolling and see if there's a different one that maybe I like better. I like this the best so far, and I matched the text to the navy blue of the design. I think I'm gonna keep this. The only thing that I want to do next is I wanna bring a little bit more balance to this design. I love the top and the bottom, but I feel like this space off to the left just still feels a little bit bare. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into the shapes here. This is something that I love to do with circular designs like this. Adding in an element like this, I think just completes the circle that we've kind of created with our text along the top and the bottom and just adds a more completed look to the design. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that and drag it over here. Let me exit out of this so I can flip this around. Yes, this looks so much better than what we've started with. I have just one more thing that I want to do. When I've been doing a lot of design research recently, I've noticed that more of a distressed and grungy look is something that a lot of bestsellers have. And so I want to add that in. That's something that I often do with Kittle. You can access the textures right down here if you use Kittle. And I like to use the grunge textures here. Generally, I use this first one the most, but there's a couple little tweaks that I make with it for it to be perfect and to my liking. The first is changing from color burn to alpha mask. And I also like to make sure I'm clipping the content that is going to put the texture just specifically on the design. And depending on the design, I will adjust the opacity. That is going to just make this more or less harsh as far as the texture goes. For this design, I think I am gonna reduce it a little bit. I'm gonna just slide this down. I like that. Here is our before and after. I love this improvement. I think that this is such a substantial difference from the first design to the second. And I gotta say, the after design, that is the type of design that I would see on a bestseller. It captures attention so much more than the original design that I had. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you don't already use Kittle as your design software and you're looking to try it out, I do have a link in the description as well as a discount code, Taylor PODYT, that will get you a discount on your first month with Kittle. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're in the world, and I will see you in the next one.